Volleyball Championship quarterfinal number 2 post-game press conference featuring the Alberta Pandas after their 3-0 win over Montreal. We're going to hear from head coach Carolyn O'Dwyer and follow up with questions for student athletes and coach. Coach, we'll start with your opening statement after today's game.
I think a good start for us in this championship for sure. And Montreal presented a lot of challenges, but I think one of our goals was to be really tough from behind the service line coming into the match, and I think we did a good job sustaining that and just not making any points easy on them and really making them earn everything they got. So good start. Of course, always room to grow, but very happy with how we played today.
Coach, we talked previously in the first game, and I told you that it was going to be a tough battle, maybe the best of the day. But you battled hard, and I want to hear you on your defense. You were blocking like crazy and digging like crazy. So what happened in that defensive scheme? You were just like at full blast.
Yeah, I think we said it in kind of our media, whatever that was called at the beginning, that I think that's a strength of our team is the block defense. So very nice for us to show that tonight. Again, something we practice a lot. So, we game plan all of the hitters' tendencies and make sure we know, okay, what are we trying to take away on this attacker? And I think just how we train every day, very intense of, nothing's hitting the floor. It's really easy to then kind of showcase that in the match. But yeah, something we train a lot, so.
And I guess Michael from 49 Sports. This question's for all three of you and stuff. I'm wondering, because you guys winning bronze at the Canada West playoffs, I'm wondering, through that playoff experience, what do you feel like you guys learned from that you've kind of taken into prepping for nationals and this match?
I can answer this one.
Sure, yeah.
Just in those pressure-filled situations, just remembering who we are and not trying to be someone we're not. I think we do a really good job. I think you guys said before, having a good calm intensity throughout the entirety of the match, which is really helpful for us.
Yeah, we talked a lot about doing the little things and like just doing your job and not trying to do too much, playing for the person beside you. So that helps us a lot in those situations.
Laila, question for you. It seemed like you had that diagonal all game long. You were in the zone. Sometimes the block was there. The whole block was just blocking that diagonal, and you still find a way through it. Tell me about your game, how much you were in the zone.
Yeah, that's definitely a shot I've been working on all year, just keeping the aggression on the inside balls. They can be a challenge, too, because your area can be so limited with the sharp ones. I think Justine and Kolody, too, setting me the high balls, like they gave me really good height on it and just making sure my feet get under the ball as well. Something I've been working on a lot throughout the year. Yeah.
Justine, just to hear, how was your spring of the game? You had multiple options during all game.
Yeah, I think a big key for us is having a balanced offense. We have multiple weapons on our team, so it's just a matter of finding them in good situations. Yeah, it's really nice to be able to set it on a team like that.
And I would like to hear you all on Abby's work today. When you take a look at the score sheet, Abby Guzman has 3 solo blocks and 2 assists, which is pretty solid, we could say, when you have 3 solo blocks in the game. If you can tell us all about her performance.
I think especially defensively, I have so much trust in her when she's up there blocking. And obviously game plan goes into that if we want to leave one blocker for the step attackers or the right side. So she's just so big, and her press is unreal on the block. So it's just so exciting to watch her. But even after she gets her block, she still stays so calm and works for the next one again, which is so great to play with her.
Yeah.
And Francis mentioned the digs. You go up against a Quebec team, they're known for their defense, getting all the balls back. You kind of take some, confidence, and was that kind of being able to kind of give them their own medicine a little bit, be like, yeah, you're a great digging team, but we have the power, but also we can put up 39 digs, and from you, Laila, 9 digs for you, really impressive. What does that kind of do for the rest of the team's mojo when, or maybe the other team on the other side of the net, maybe deflate them a little bit? How important is getting those important digs?
I think it all starts with the block too. Their lineup was really perfect throughout the match, I thought as well. So I'm not trying to do. Getting there. I don't need to feel like I have to do more than I have to working around them too. So I thought that was really great, and I just think Kolody runs the backcourt so well. So just knowing which ball's mine too. So she's great. It's great having her back there as well. Yeah.
Just following up on kind of what you mentioned earlier about kind of playing to your kind of who you guys are and stuff. I'm wondering, even throughout the season, and any three of you can answer this in terms of like how do you describe kind of what the team's kind of identity or culture has kind of become at this point?
Oh.
Our team. Oh.
Yeah. Do you want to go? I'm trying to.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think any word could quite define it, is
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
I think we play into each of our personalities really
Yeah.
well, and like
Yeah.
I know what Justine needs, and it's different from what Kolody needs on the court. So
Yeah.
just knowing how to support each other too.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, like Ronnie needs to be hyped up a lot in like big moments
Yeah.
too. She really appreciates that. But then maybe a more calm player, just knowing what they need.
Yeah, I think too we've had a lot of like off-court conversations and work we've done with like sports psychs and whatnot. So just figuring out what each other needs in moments and we still want to refine that throughout this tournament as well. So.
About that final set of yours, you were talking, Laila, after the game with Mackenzie on the court about those, ups and downs within a game, the roller coaster effect that you were able to manage really well and stay calm. Montreal put up a really good fight at the end, even took the advantage in the later stages of that set. Tell me, as a team, what made the difference so that you could come back that strong? Because Montreal didn't play bad in the end. You were just bigger and higher. So what happened during the end of that third?
Yeah, I would say a big thing that we worked on is just keeping it simple, doing your job, and being in the moment, not getting too caught up in what's happening on their side, and that just focusing on what we need to do and executing the game plan. So that's what helped us.
Yeah, I mean, at this point of the year, there's 8 teams left, and none of these 8 teams are going to let you have at any point, at any moment in the game as well. So, yeah.
Last question: what will be the main takeaway that you take from the game that you want to bring in the next game during the semifinals?
Biggest thing is it starts from the service line, making
Yeah.
sure
Yeah.
they're not running their middles a ton, which is helpful.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say the serve pass game, that's always the biggest key. So that was pretty good tonight.
Yeah, I wanted to ask specifically about that next matchup, Manitoba. It should be a good one too. Canada West teams, you split in the regular season, winning in 4, losing in 5 in that series.
Other way
Opposite?
around,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Opposite? Okay. Can't remember, but what stands out about playing a Canada West opponent? Every game here is going to be massive, but does it mean a little more like when you're going up against a Canada West opponent, trying to prove that you are the best Canada West team? Because I know all of you might have that belief inside of you.
yeah, I don't know if it necessarily means more. I think it's an opponent we know, which is good and bad. I mean, for sure our game plan I think is going to be a little easier to make. But I talked a little bit about Montreal's defense and how relentless they are. The Bisons are maybe that times 10, at least when we've played them. And I think we can definitely expect a team that just never gives up. So we know nothing's going to be easy against that Bison squad. So yeah, definitely a challenge for us coming up here. But yeah, one match, I think kind of anything can happen. So a lot of belief in our locker room for sure.
2 more.
I'm going to chime in really quick. I was super interested when you guys were talking about those on-court interactions that you had. And first and foremost, Laila, thank you for doing that very chaotic post-game.
No problem.
So well. Going back to that calm intensity one more time, I thought it was cool how, you did, celebrate when necessary, but also not get too high on those highs or low on those lows. So wondering what are some of the things that you say or do in the huddle when like maybe big points happen to refocus and get on to the next one?
My biggest thing is I really like to shake people after they do something really well. And I even told Justine before the game, like, if you get a dump, I'm going to shake you real hard. But I just know not to do that, like, before someone's serving. So it's, like, different moments of knowing when to do that.
Could anyone pick up in our media who we were talking about when we talked about our hype woman? You guys pick up pretty quick that it might be the person sitting next to me here. I told them they'd find out at point 2 who that was. So. Anyway, sorry, keep going.
I mean, that's mostly it for me.
Sorry, say your question again.
Well, I was just wondering how I guess that's more of a celebratory thing.
Okay.
I thought it was interesting how you just maintain your composure even after big points. So
Yeah.
in the huddle, what kind of happens, or what are those things that you do to keep each other focused? And
Yeah. I think a big thing too is if we're trying to do too much, we just remind ourselves to keep it simple, do your job, and just focus on the next point, because we know sometimes the other team's going to make some really great plays. Good for them. It's just 1 point. So remembering that and focusing on that the job's not done yet. So
I think something both of them do really, really well is reset to game plan. So if it's, we're feeling really high or maybe low, it's okay, what is my job in this moment? Okay, what's my responsibility? And actually saying that out loud. And I think that helps them reset as well.
One more, Michael?
Yeah, and then just lastly, you just mentioned in terms of that aspect of keeping it simple, resetting and stuff. I'm wondering for all three of you in terms of like, how have you seen that kind of grow or evolve since the start of the season to obviously where you guys are now?
I mean, it all comes down to not doing more than you have to.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I feel like we've definitely had some losses this year, and what we took away from them is just we were trying to do too much. So we've had those off-court conversations and really figured that out. And again, figuring out what each person needs and recognizing in certain situations how to talk to them and figuring out what they need. So.
And I would say as a team, we've really grown in the ability to take risks in those really key moments. And I'm sure you saw some of that, the last swings of even Abby's last swing of just going hard down the line, again, could have easily, tipped that ball or been really tentative. And I think that's something we've worked really hard on is, okay, maybe we're not going to get the point or maybe we'll make an error, but we got to be taking those risks in order to beat top teams. And so I think that's something we've, even over the last, honestly, 3 weeks, really grown in just that ability to take risks even when it might not go our way.
Good luck for the rest of the way.
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.